What up, YouTube? It's me, Isaac, coming to you with another edition of my life. So when I was younger, I used to go to Toys R Us when my cousin worked there, and I used to be part of the Pokemon League, and I was the Pokemon Trading Card League, and I remember going to Toys R Us to play for the badges and stuff. And I know I got a couple of the badges without actually having to play for them because my cousin used to, like I said, my cousin worked at Toys R Us, and I got a couple of the badges without having to play for them. I felt bad that I got my badges that way, and well, I didn't exactly feel bad, but I wish I would have played in the card game to get the badges. But hey, a badge is a badge when it comes down to Pokemon TCG. And I remember I used to be a huge Digimon card fan, and I used to have I used to play a Angemon deck. But when I went to my local card shop today, they didn't have the Angemon deck. They just had Metal Garurum. They had the starter deck, Wolf of Friendship, and the starter deck, Fire of Courage. So like I just said, I picked up the Wolf of Friendship deck, and on top of that, I went to McDonald's today and I got another set of Pokemon cards. I'm going to open both of these on camera and then talk about my time with playing the Digimon card game. So just give me a second and I'll open the Pokemon cards first, because this is a new pack, because the other packs I got were 1 through 4, and today I got number 7, which is pretty sweet. So the pack should be different. So let's see here what I got. The poster's actually different because I don't remember a Quagsire being on the poster, which is cool. The stickers are different because I've got a set of the stickers that I got a couple of days ago right here. And these are the stickers I got today. The pack actually looks the exact same, which is cool. So I'm going to see what I got in this pack versus the cards that I got in my last couple of packs. Let's see what I got. Woo! Koraidon, which is actually a card that I already had. Charizard, which, again, card I already had, but not from here. It's pretty cool. Jigglypuff is actually a new card from these packs. And Quagsire, which I think I already got. So that was the Pokemon pack. Now let's see what my Digimon starter deck has in store for me, if I can even get it open. I remember I used to have trouble opening these, so I hope I don't ruin the box getting it open. But there is a chance that'll happen, which is what happened. So that kind of blows. Well, I didn't ruin it that much. I can still close it when I get it all out. Well, maybe. Yep. I'll still be able to close it. So here's what it came with: the damage counters and a playmat with Metal Garurumon on it, who's actually the Digimon that's on my box. Now let's see what I got here which I don't know how to get the cards unstuck from each other, which actually does not seem that pliable that they are stuck together. I got a Zudomon. Actually, oh, that's why, because it was taped. That makes a lot more sense now. I don't know why they would actually tape the... Oh, it's just plastic around them. Must be so it'll keep them safe. But like I said, I haven't gotten a deck in a Digimon cards in a couple of years. So I got 2 Zudomons, 3 Zudomons, 4 Zudomons, Electmon, an Electmon, an Electmon, an Electmon, Gabumon, who actually digivolves from Zudomon, which is cool. A hollow Gabumon, which is cool. A new Digimon I don't know. Another new Digimon I don't know. Another one of the same one. Another one of the same one. A Gatsumon, who I've actually used in several of my Digimon games, like Cyber Sleuth. Another Gatsumon, another Gatsumon. This is weird because there's like 4 copies of the same cards. A Pokemon, who's actually a weird ghost Digimon. Another Pokemon. This is weird that there's 4 of the same cards, like I said. A Miramon. Another Miramon, another Miramon. Another Miramon. The back of the cards is actually pretty cool. It looks like the cards from the Digimon Tamers, which was the third Digimon season. A Garurumon, who digivolved from Gabumon. Another Garurumon. This is really weird that it seems like it has 2 or 4 of the same Digimon. Pumpkinmon. Another Pumpkinmon. Another Pumpkinmon. Another Pumpkinmon. This is weird. A Mammothmon. Another Mammothmon, another Mammothmon. Holy crap, it seems like there's 4 different cards of the same card. And then I get to the Garurumon, who actually digivolves into the main card of this deck. Another Garurumon. And then I get to the main card of my Digimon deck, which is Metal Garurumon, which is awesome. This new guy that I haven't seen, at least in card form. Another card of the same card that I just showed. And another one of the same one. Another one. And then I got my trainer card Matt Ishida, who is actually the trainer of who is actually the tamer of Gabumon and Zudomon. Another Matt card, another Matt card, another Matt card. Holy crap, that's a lot. I'm not sure which card this is, but I'm sure I'll learn when I learn the rules of this. Another card of the same one, which is weird. Let's see. Baby Blow, which I believe is an attack card. Another Baby Blow. Another Baby Blow. Another Baby Blow, which is weird. Then it has the damage counters, which is kind of cool. Another set of damage counters, which is cool. Seems like this is the instruction card, which is also cool. Another instruction card. Another instruction card, which is weird that they have 4 of the same instruction cards, which is really weird. And I remember, where'd my deck? There it is. So I'm gonna put my cards back in the box. Probably should have put the playmat back in there before I did that, but what the heck? Actually, I'll take my cards out and then put the playmat back in there. Whoa. I did not mean to open that. At least not yet. But yeah, that's pretty cool that it comes with enough space to hold the cards and the playmat thing, which is what I'm actually gonna do. I'm actually gonna put my cards back into that little spot slick thingy, and if I can get my playmat back in here, because it'll take me a second to do that. Pull the tabs up. Whoa. Now if I could, oh, I'm pulling the wrong thing to close it. That's funny. So that was my Pokemon and Digimon cards that I got today, which was cool. And yeah, so I remember, like I said, I went to Toys R Us when they had the Pokemon tournaments with like the trading card game, and I was part of the Pokemon League. I don't think I remember I've won all the, well, like I said, my cousin got me a couple of the gym badges, so I didn't actually win them. And I had all 8 gym badges for a while when I was younger, but when we moved the first time, I didn't bring my badges with me, which I was kind of upset about because I had lost them before we moved, which sucked. And I remember I used to play the Digimon card game, and when I was in high school, we'd have tournaments at lunch, and we also had Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. It all depended on we changed our tournaments up for what card game tournament we'd have every month. We'd do it like once or twice a month, and we'd switch between Pokemon, Digimon, and Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm kind of surprised we didn't have Magic the Gathering tournaments when I was in high school. But I remember I used to rule when I'd play my Patamon, Angelmon, and my I used to call it my deck of hope because the Digimon, the tamer I used was TK, and the crest I used was the crest of hope that I had always had around my neck, and it was a Patamon Digivice that I had when I was younger, and I did a YouTube video on when I got my latest Digivice a couple of months ago or a couple of years ago, and I remember when the first Digimon series ended. The day after that, I had a spelling test, which sucked, and I couldn't concentrate because I was kind of sad that the show had ended. But I didn't know that the second season was gonna start up a week later, which I find kind of hilarious. So I brought my Digivice with me wherever I went. Well, especially to school, and so I pulled it out after the day after the show ended at school, and it was just funny that I did that. And yeah, I remember when I was in high school, and we had our Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. I used to play an Exodia deck, which was, I think it was my original Yugi starter deck. I had just added Exodia to it that I had pulled from packs, which I'm kind of pissed that I lost those because those 5 cards were like hard to pull out of packs. It was like 1 in a million chance you'd pull one of them, and I pulled all 5 out of 5 different packs of the same set. I can't remember which set it was, but I remember when I pulled them, I immediately slipped them into my deck because nobody knew what would hit them if I had Exodia. And I remember one time after shuffling my deck for, I think it was like over 5 minutes, that we were shuffling our cards during lunch, that I pulled Exodia in my first out of my first 6 cards actually. It was like I pulled the right leg, right arm, left arm, and then I pulled a Monster Reborn as my 5th card in my hand. And then when it was, I went first, and then I pulled the head of Exodia out of my, I don't know how I pulled the head of Exodia or all 5 cards. Patrick, stop that. Ignore my brother.
It's dripping on his face.
Ignore my brother. My brother's an ass. And so I remember after my opponent we were shuffling our cards for like 5 minutes, and I remember thinking there's no way I'd pull Exodia that quick. And then I pulled four cards out of my top 5 cards from my deck after they shuffled it for 5 minutes, and I remember thinking that's pretty weird. It must have been the heart of the cards that had me pulling 4 of the 5 cards and then pulling the 5th card as my 6th card, which was wild. I remember thinking, I don't know how I pulled that. Although, like I said, I am one of those card players that believes you can, and I know you actually can't, but I know back in the day, I used to believe you could will whatever card to the top of your deck. But then again, I know you actually can't, but that's just how I felt, and that was my philosophy. And I think that's how I ended up pulling 4 of the 5 Exodia pieces, and then pulling the 5th piece as my 6th card. I know you actually can't influence your deck after shuffling it for 5 minutes, but that's just how it felt, because there's no other way for me to explain it than there being, it was the heart of the cards that I won that match. And then our tournament was just like 2 rounds, and I was in the first match, and I waited till the 3rd match because it was my match versus my opponent, my friend's match versus their opponent, and then I faced off against the winner of that match. So I faced off against my buddy, and luckily I didn't end up drawing Exodia as my first 4 cards that time, but I did end up winning because of Exodia in my second match too. It just took me like half my deck to do it the second time. It was just wild that I pulled it the first 4 cards in my deck, and then the 6th card. That was wild. I'm your host, Isaac Rumlet. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment, subscribe, like, share with your friends. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I know I sure as hell will. Peace out, y'all.